Hello everyone, welcome to our new video. In today's video, we are going to learn some ways that we can use to improve our fluency. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to improve our fluency, we have to focus on four aspects. Actually, your fluency is not going to be improved until and unless you focus on all these four parts. Now, what are these four parts? Number one, vocabulary. Number two, grammar. Number three, pronunciation. And number four, getting ideas. So these are the parts which are basically affecting your fluency. So we have to improve them time after time, right? So now let's go to our first part, that how we can improve it and how we can get fluent through improving our vocabulary. So let's go for the number one. Okay, so sometime when we speak English, sometime we don't get the right vocabulary. I can show you. I went to the market. Oh no, supermarket. No market. Oh market. So when you are speaking English, sometimes you don't get the right word, and that affects your fluency. So how can we improve our vocabulary and make our fluency better? What you have to do, I'm going to provide a solution to you now. Okay, so the solution is that you have to activate your vocabulary. Do you know that we know so many vocabularies, but we are not able to speak them out, right? So, what happens basically, we know a lot of vocabulary here, but we are not able to speak them. So, what we have to do, we have to activate our vocabulary. So, how can we do that? In my opinion, we should always try to use those vocabularies first when we are speaking that we are most familiar with. So if you're not familiar with one vocabulary, then not try to use them as much as far as you are familiar with them. Okay, so when you get familiar with them, try to use them. Otherwise, don't. Okay, now the question is that how I can improve my vocabulary and make my fluency better. So the solution is intense repetition. Believe me, the right way to improve your vocabulary, the best way is that you do a lot of repetition of that vocabulary, which means you repeat that vocabulary again and again. You may try to repeat that vocabulary in different conversations. You try to repeat that in different contexts. So that will help you to improve your vocabulary. For example, if I learn a vocabulary called repercussion, okay, so I can try to use that in different sentences. For example, smoking has a lot of repercussions. One of the repercussions is that the human's lungs go spoiled, right? So this is I made a sentence. You can try to make several sentences and try to use them in your conversations, and that will help you to improve your vocabulary. So try to repeat those vocabularies over and over again. Do a great repetition. That will help you to improve your vocabulary. So the next thing that influences our fluency is grammar. Grammar affects your fluency. What happens basically, we start thinking about the right grammar we have to use. For example, I went no go went to the library. So what I just showed you, that I'm getting mixed up, that which grammar should I use? Should I use go or should I use went? So the right one should be went, right? Because we were talking about the past. So what happens basically, we are thinking too much about grammar, that affects our fluency. Now, what is the solution? So here's the solution. Okay, so the solution is that you have to automate grammar. You have to make your mind automate it. Now, what I mean by automate means you speak that grammar automatically without getting any hesitation, without getting any interruption. So you have to speak automatically, right? So, how can we do that? We can use substitution method. Now, substitution method is that you take one grammar part, okay, for example, I went to the, now you try to substitute it with different vocabulary and then repeat that grammar over and over again. Intense repetition, right? So I went to the library. I went to the school. I went to the market. I went to the railway station. Now, what I'm doing, I'm repeating that grammar by doing substitution method. My every sentence is a different sentence. I'm substituting different words and trying to use the same type of grammar, trying to repeat the same type of grammar. So this is what you can do to automate your grammar. And then believe me, your grammar problem will be gone. And then you will be speaking grammatically correct and your fluency will be better too. Now let's go to our number 3. Okay, so the extra tip I'm going to give you about grammar is that you can try to speak a bit slower. Do you know that when we speak slower, then we are less likely to make mistakes? Okay. So when you're speaking slower, you get better chance to think, and then you can say the sentence more accurately, grammatically correct. Okay. So you can try to speak a bit slower. That will help you to speak more fluently. And you can also try to use some fillers. Now, what the fillers are, like to be honest, honestly speaking, in my opinion, in my perspective, these are different examples of fillers. You can try to use fillers and they will allow you to think and then you will be able to speak more fluently. So the next thing that is influencing your fluency a lot, that is pronunciation. You know what happens that you're not able to decide that which pronunciation is the right pronunciation. For example, I do a lot of repetition. So you're not able to decide that which pronunciation is the right pronunciation, and that affects your fluency. So, how you can improve your pronunciation? My best tip will be try to listen more and more. The more you listen the right pronunciation, the better your pronunciation will be. So you can try to listen to podcasts, you can watch movies, you can watch news. Try to listen English as much as possible. That will help you to improve your pronunciation. And another thing that you can work on is intonation. A lot of times our intonation is not that good. So what is intonation, by the way? The ups and downs in your speech. For example, I say a sentence, I like banana. I like banana. I like banana. So my intonation is going down and then up. I like banana, right? So when the sound goes up and down, that is your intonation. So you can work on your intonation. That will help you to improve your pronunciation. So now the last thing that really affects your fluency is getting ideas. Now, Essen, we have already improved our grammar, we have already improved our vocabulary, and our pronunciation is good too. But it's still our fluency is not getting fluent. Why? Because we are not getting any good ideas. Okay. So, for example, you have to speak about sports but you don't have any idea about them. So, what you have to do, try to improve your ideas. Now, how can you improve your ideas? you can try to watch movies, you can try to watch news, you can listen to podcast, or you can try to read newspaper. That will give you some ideas too. So try to get more and more vocabulary and listen to different people. That will give you ideas and a speech, a language to talk on different topics, right? So if you listen more, like watch news or watch movies or read newspaper, that will give you a lot of ideas, and then you will not stop speaking anywhere. Why? Because you have got enough ideas. So that was our video for today. I hope you liked it. And if you have any further question, you can leave a comment below. And please don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And if you liked it, then please leave a like below and please subscribe. So that's all. Thank you. Bye bye.